Right guys, Gaft is back with the explanation to that incredible sandwich trick you were seeing yesterday. It does involve a few things. Well, a couple of things really. Two jokers which will stay together with magnets. But the magnets, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, they are right on the end. You might be able to see this one better. You see that little bit of silver? That is a 8mm square magnet which is sandwiched between two cards and it's stuck right on the end, and the magnet comes right to the edge of the card. So that's an 8mm square magnet I've got in this card, and I've got another magnet right on the end of the card, but this is a circular magnet. It didn't need to be a square magnet, just so that these two cards will attract together. So when a card is placed between them, those two jokers, because of the magnets, they will hold that card between them. So you've got these two cards. Inside the box, if you can see, there is a X-Acto knife or razor blade stuck to the bottom of the box. Now I did have to carefully cut open the bottom of the box to secure that X-Acto knife. Now I've used an X-Acto knife because they are made of steel, so they are obviously magnetic. So it's not much of a build. You just got to pull this box apart, put a piece of steel or an X-Acto knife or something in there. Some soda cans are made of steel, so if you can find a steel soda can, that would work, and some magnets. Now if you cannot find a square magnet, because when it's a square magnet you've got a lot of surface area on the bottom. I've got 8mm. If you were doing this with the round disc magnets, you're going to have to put quite a few disc magnets because there isn't much surface contact with the steel. So you do need to find a square super thin magnet if you can. This came out of a gimmick. I can't remember what the gimmick was called, but the gimmick itself, I didn't like the way it worked, so I just pulled it apart. So you need to get two cards like this, and this is basically just two cards stuck together with a magnet hiding inside, and a deck of cards. Now because you've got two jokers which are thick and you've got a magnet, you want the cards to slide out of the box nice and easily, so it's advisable just to take some cards out. I've taken about 8 cards out. It's not the sort of trick that you need the full deck, so it doesn't matter. So you're going to have one of your magnetic jokers on the bottom of the deck, one on the top of the deck. Now these can go into the box because even if they do attract to the magnet, you can easily pull them out. So you're going to start the trick by taking the cards out of the box. Now I was told in the comments that it looked a bit dodgy the way I put the cards back in. I should have got the cards out the same way each time. That would look a bit more convincing, but I didn't think of that. So you're going to take the cards out. Now you can give these a shuffle. If you shuffle the bottom card to the bottom or the top card to the bottom, and then just continue the shuffle and shuffle the bottom card to the top. It doesn't change the orientation. You've still got a joker on the bottom and a joker on the top. Spectators now got a free choice to pick any card. Always advisable with this sort of trick, get them to sign this card. And when they're signing the card, you can simply cut the cards, place their ace inside. Now you've sandwiched that ace between the two magnetic jokers. So you could give the cards a cut if you want. I mean, you could even give them a bit of a shuffle if you want. But by the time you've done all that, you do need to make sure that these jokers, or you can really see it there, look, are somewhere near the centre of the deck, so that you know when you put these cards back in, they will attract to this blade on the bottom, or this metal plate. So you're going to put, so basically what's going to happen is, let's get to the start. Spectators got a free choice. Just pick any card for me. Take that card, look at it, sign it. Doesn't matter, I can see it's not that sort of trick. Swing cut the cards, place this card back in, put it on top, give it maybe a few cuts. But all the while you're going to keep this joker somewhere near the middle, and we'll say, you know what, I'm just going to put these away for a minute. Now it doesn't matter which way they go in the packet, that really doesn't make much difference, but we'll put them in here. And I'm going to make a prediction as to where your card is going to end up. So now you'll write out your prediction between the jokers. Now the dealing of the cards, that was kind of a little bit of misdirection, a little bit of fun, whatever you want to call it. So you've written out your prediction, right? Now the reason I dumped the cards out like this was because in a performance situation you want the flap round this way, just so that they can't see that when you dump this out, if it was round this way they might glimpse there's some cards in here, but this way this flap will cover it. Now you can do this flap up if you want, it doesn't really make much difference, but there's no heat on this box at the minute. Just discard the box and say, look, give them a shuffle for me. This is all added misdirection. Now my prediction is your card will be between the jokers. Now you haven't specified where, just between. So deal the cards face up for me. And stop when you get to the first joker. So they're going to deal through the cards looking for that first joker. Now if you want, you could put a third joker in this packet, so they'll deal through and they'll find a joker. Wouldn't it be crazy if the next card was yours? That would be a good little trick, because they think, ah, you cocked it up. But in my performance, I didn't have a joker. You're just going to deal through. They are not going to find a joker. But in my note, I didn't specify where the jokers were going to be, just between, because if we go into the box, now you can open up this as free as you like. They will see some cards in the box, and you can pull them out of the box. There's no real heat on the box. You haven't got to flash anything, because inside the box are free cards. Now these two jokers are attached together, look, so you've got to make sure that you don't let on that they're attached. No one's going to know unless you do something stupid. But say, look, your card's between. Now you're going to peel this off and show a joker. Show another joker, making sure you don't flash the bottom because they might see this. And in between the two jokers is your signed two of clubs. So that's how I did it, guys. It was just Gaffer's second favourite thing after the roughing balm is good old magnets. Now there will be a link in description where you can find these magnets. It is quite difficult to find square ones. Like I say, it will work with the circular ones, but you're going to have to put quite a few, because you've only got a tiny amount of contact on the plate, so you might need a few magnets. But I will leave a link in description. Readily available in the UK on eBay, fairly inexpensive as well. So that's how I did it, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the Gaff Academy, post notifications on, smash the like button, and come back tomorrow for an incredible mentalism card trick. Cheers. Have a great weekend.